Today I'm speaking from a different perspective. I'm answering a question I get often from parents who would like to relocate to the lake or Guatemala. And because I've been a parent here, I wanted to share a bit of my experience. So follow me. Hello everybody, I'm Armand Boissy, your real estate agent in Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. First of all, if I would have to do it again, yes, I would have children again. It's been a fantastic experience. Personally, it's the kind of education I would have liked to receive. When we decided to have children, we started with one school, which is Life School in Panarachel, and it was great. Robert Muller School, it's a fantastic curriculum. Then a new school was opening in San Marcos La Laguna, Escuela Caracol, which is a Waldorf school. And my daughters, I have two daughters born and raised here, and they went to the Waldorf school. At the beginning, I was a little bit reticent because it's so far away from where we lived, and it was a new school, but I think it's a great things to do to have them in a Waldorf school. Unfortunately, Waldorf only went to 6th grade, so then they have to integrate an international bilingual school in Panarachel, which also it was a great experience and a great school. What does it mean for children to be born and raised here? And lots of expats have children and have been very successful. You might have heard of Jacques Glanville, which is the one who is working on the cure of the coronavirus. He is born and from Santiago Atitlan, that's Sutuil area. Here you get something unique in education that it's hard to find and combine in the first world. What for me was very important with my children is, first of all, the nature. We live in a beautiful environment and the weather is fantastic. I mean, when you know the lake and you see the volcanoes, and it's absolutely a blessing to be immersed in nature or so young and all your young age. The second thing, which was also very nice and I think it was a good experience for them, we chose to have nannies, Mayan nannies from the local village. It's also fantastic because we ask them to speak to our daughter only in Cachiquel. And I personally find out that it's a great gift to be surrounded with the Mayan culture because they have perspective on the life and the things are so different of ours. It was a great experience for them. The good thing is we are also parents of different nationalities, so they were able to speak different language and they dominate English, Spanish, French, and also some Cachiquel because we live in a region which is bilingual. It's mandatory at school because most of the kids speak Cachiquel. The government have to give them classes in Cachiquel because very often it's the only things the kids, their parents speaks at home. Well, my daughters did very well in their Cachiquel class and they were much more fluent in Cachiquel than other local kids, which the parents incredibly didn't spoke to them in Cachiquel. Yes, nature, the language, and the freedom. That's the third thing I would say. This environment gives to us the opportunity to have our children to be exposed. The freedom, in the sense that you can do things here that, as you know, in the first world, it's very ruled and regulated that you cannot do as spontaneous. You could do that maybe 30 years ago, 40 years ago, but now everything is regulated here. And also because we are privileged, definitely. If you raise your kids here, they have an edge because you are yourself educated, most probably. So your kids have benefit of all this interaction, the environment, the culture, and also other kids of different language. And so they have an exposition, which I think is the best thing we can provide them and make them grow in a very interesting way. And also my culture, which is French, their mother culture, which is American, the environment, which is Spanish, and their nannies, who are Cachiquel, gives them a complete, full filter on life and perspective. And I think it's a great things to do with your children in order to prepare to this new world, particularly with digital world. Everything is so connected. It allows you to be able to have more discernment of what you are doing, maybe. What does it mean for children to be born and raised here? And lots of expats Security. Some people ask me about the security for our children. We live in an area in Lake Atitlan which is very safe for children. Half of the population is under 25 years old. It's a culture where people respect and look after the children. So I personally, security was not an issue. And plus, it's two daughters I have, and they're very, despite being born and speaking the language, they look like foreigners, which is amazing. It's a reverse discrimination because being born here, and when they go, like one of my daughter went to a school trip in Antigua, and they have to go to visit church, and you have to pay at the entrance, and the guardian wanted to charge her as a tourist, and all her friend was offended because being born here, I mean, she looked like a tourist, but she has to show an ID or something to be able to convince them that yes, they are Guatemalan. So that's confront you as a children at this very intricate and a very particular way of being perceived and to be look at the world, particularly when if you go to the village here, which is very humble and simple, but it's still clean and good environment. I mean, my daughter have been going to do a sleepover where the nannies in their house in the village, and it's fine. But at the same time, so it's you give to your children a unique experience that a very little school can afford to give. This is the education I want. This is where I wanted to have my youth, this freedom. I teach them to drive the boat. They pull me in water ski. They do paddles. They have dogs. They have the freedom. It's so beautiful, and it's make this beautiful being, and I'm very proud of them, and I'm thankful for the opportunity this country has been giving us. It's one of the great gift to when you accept to relocate or find a place to live differently. Particularly for children, it's a unique experience in life. So if you want to make a difference, I think that's what you should be doing and giving them this opportunity. So if you want to know about a little bit more, well, you can always message me. I will be happily responding to all the questions you may have. Meanwhile, see you next time.